That's good. All right, let me just give me 2 maximum. I don't want to go too huge. 2, that's going to kind of, I like it. Okay, love that. Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to pull a couple cards again today, and I asked quickly. I pulled from this one first because I love this one, and I just love the messages that it has. It doesn't matter what we believe in. Welcome, Johnny. And the 2 that I came out with was Life Force Energy, and welcome, CJ, and Starseed Elemental. And I'm going to read a little bit from the book. I give myself roughly about an hour to come on here and just send out the messages, and hopefully I get it in time. 33, 34. Alright, so we got Life Force Energy. What happens when we seek to maximize the life force energy in everything we do? Toward the completion of this oracle deck, I was called to visit Hawaii. I love Hawaii. Welcome, Holly and Sophia. I heard it's known to be the last remaining part of the lost continent of Lemuria. I went with an open mind and was sincerely blown away by the incredible level of life force energy that radiated there. I am an avid traveler and seeker of high vibrational places, but never had experienced such potency of the magic. The main inspiration of my art in every cell of every bright green leaf. I could sense the songs of Lemuria in this pristine place. I discovered I had been dreaming of this place my whole life. The crystalline waterfalls, rainbow-diffused skies, exotic flowers, and opulent plant life was so present that you couldn't help but see a radiant aura around everything. Aina is a Hawaiian term for energy and sacred land. It seemed to me that mana and Aina are one of the same things. I don't know. Interesting. Welcome. One day when I was sitting on Red Sand Beach, I had a vision of an overlaying dimension that spanned our physical world. This overlay was the God force or life force in its purest and highest vibration. The vision presented an array of objects familiar to this physical plane, from lower vibrational concrete, processed chemicals, and suffering-imbued consumables, to the higher biodynamic earthly offerings, and the vibrant land surrounded me at that moment. The experience imprinted the depths of my being with the remembering that we can bring this beautiful blue planet back to its former glory, starting with our own temples and personal pieces of Eden. I realized that maximizing one's life force energy was the gateway to bridging heaven and earth. By aligning our choices with this higher frequency, we naturally create more opportunities to ground this somehow forgotten light. When we know the joy of this life force within and around us and are vibrantly alive, we can't help but inspire others to choose the same. And the meaning for this card is, it is time for celebration. Revel in the bliss of being alive. This is an incredibly healing card packed with luminous life force energy for optimal health and healing. It reminds you to seek joy and upliftment in everything you do, as much as is possible. Consider the foods you eat, the environments you spend your time in, the people in your life, and even the things you wear. Increase your awareness of their journey, how they came to be in your world, and their energetic resonance. Are they alive and vibrant? You may also be inspired to work with healing energies such as Reiki or with the land, perhaps to grow vegetables. You are encouraged to joyously make your life a piece of Eden. As a result, you will shine with vitality. Welcome, Nadine and Clara. So these ones are just, it doesn't matter what you believe, what your religion is, any of those things. It's all about understanding that, and it kind of goes with my video before I posted, making these small changes and understanding the beauty that is out there every single day. And when we make these small changes in our life, just a small change can make a huge difference in how we react, how we see the world, how we see people in the world. Welcome, Becky and Ronnie. And then the next one, is Starseed Elemental. And the reason I like to pull from this deck, and it doesn't matter what you believe, there's a lot of wonderful ideas. There's a lot of concepts and things that can open your mind and open your heart to just small ways of making changes, right? And then the artwork and everything that's been put into these cards is just phenomenal. So I always try to give it the respect that is due, and I read what comes out, because truly someone that put this much care and this much love into something that they created absolutely deserves the respect to hear it out, right? So we have Starseed Elemental. Being with children can be a great way to recapture wonder, innocence, unapologetic truth, and wisdom. The realities are not yet muddied by shoulds or cannots, and their imaginations are often so wild and creative that they can be our biggest inspirers. Furthermore, as their incarnation from pure spirit is more recent, they are still aware of energy that have a natural psychic awareness. Sometimes adulting can be too serious. When this happens, bringing a childlike, lighthearted sense of play into your perspective can be the most productive way to rebalance. Facing challenging circumstances with inquisitiveness can bring joy to whatever we are accomplishing. Imagine stepping into a child's shoes and seeing how they perceive the world. If you have a problem, consider how a child might solve it. Think back to when you were little and what you loved to do. Remember how the world felt around you and how magical and mysterious things may have been. What has changed? What would you tell the 7-year-old you? The little people of today will be the inventors, creators, and leaders of tomorrow. How can we help nourish their big souls to ready them for an optimal journey through life? Right now, powerful souls are incarnating on Earth to help with the progression of this planet. All children are equally special, but some may have different or unique needs due to their more sensitive and energetic natures. The ways children were brought up in previous generations may not be the best options for today. Humans are evolving, and children can be our wisest teachers. May we listen to them with our hearts and let their ways unveil fresh new eyes so we may see a whole new world. And then the meaning of this card is bring a sense of play, lightness, or spontaneity to your life. Be inspired by children or your inner child. You are encouraged to add inquisitiveness, fun, and laughter to your reality. This card may signify the presence of a child in your life. Spending time with children will help you experience the world from a fresh perspective and see them as the inspiring teachers that they are. Like I said, they're worth taking a moment to read, because when someone puts that much effort into something, you have to respect it. Doesn't matter what it is. It's about respecting their feelings and what they see from their perspective. So I wanted to start with those ones today because the artwork just always makes me happy. And then on to the gratitude deck. One of my most favorites. But we're going to do just 2 cards, I think, for each one. Maybe. Alright, let me have 2 gratitudes, please. Alright. And they're sending them out 2 at a time. I like that. I ask for 2, I get 2. Alright, so the first one is reflection. I think of wind, pardon me. Hold on one sec. I have a sip of my tea. Sometimes people don't like when I try to send out the message. But it will never stop. I'm gonna do what I need to do. I think of wind and her wild ways, the year we had nothing to lose and lost it anyway. Today, try holding on a little less tightly to your expectations to the day, for the day. Notice what happens when you loosen your grip. That's why I say just small little changes. And sometimes it's just so easy by not putting an expectation on the end result and just kind of flowing with how the day goes. You'll find how much easier it is, how much more you end up actually accomplishing, and how much more happier you are. And at the end of the day, that's truly how this starts. You become happier, you're more grateful, and you start seeing all of the things that make you grateful. And then you start seeing all of the good things in you. And we all have good things. I don't care who the hell you are. There's something good inside us. We just got to find it sometimes, recognize it, and start celebrating it. And that's what I'm here for. Even just any little way that I can help somebody do that, I'm gonna. If you're a dreamer, come in. If you're a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer, if you're a pretender, come sit by my fire, for we have some flax golden tales to spin. Come in, come in. And that's by Shel Silverstein. What stories have you created about yourself? The power to proclaim them or change them is in your hands. This creative power is always within you. And it's true. When we tell the stories about ourselves, and yes, sometimes they're because people have created them about us and projected them onto us, but that doesn't mean that it is the truth. It doesn't mean that at all. And usually it's the farthest thing from the truth. And when we allow ourselves to believe what people believe about us, we create that separation from ourselves and our highest, best good, right? And we don't want to do that. The best way to figure out who we are is start asking small, simple questions. Welcome, Rhonda and Emo. If I say your name's wrong, respectfully, I don't mean it in any way, shape, or form, disrespectfully. So I just wanted to let you know that I try my best, and if there's something that if there's a way I can fix it or say it better, by all means, show me, and I'll do my best to do that. Welcome, Maddie. Oh yeah, and this one is the self-care. That's why I'm here. Self-care, self-love. So just wouldn't be right if I didn't pull from this one. Can I get two, please? One, okay. One more. You're trying to spit it out. That was the one, eh? Oh, there it is. Okay. And they're both inspiration. I like that. So we have, you must hold your quiet center where you do what only you can do. Welcome, Jewelry. Choose stillness as an active practice of patience. It is okay to wait. You will get where you need to be. Sometimes sitting still is very hard, especially if you're used to go, go, go your whole life. So there's no judgment ever. But when you can take a moment to just still your mind, and it doesn't always have to be just sitting still doing nothing. Eating a meal quietly, creating things, doing some artwork, draw, color, anything that gets your mind out of the chaos and the I must do this, I must do that, I'm not doing this. I don't give free readings. I sometimes will pull cards for people if they have a specific question, and sometimes I will do personal readings. And to do that, you have to, if you check in my bio, all the stuff's there. But when I come on here, it's just about pulling cards for, what's your question? I can see if I can answer it. That's okay. What's your question? I will do my best. Is L.A.? I don't know who L.A. is. Let's see. L.A. like, it's not just some initials. Is this a person? Interesting that that popped in. I had a feeling. It's okay. That was a sideways maybe. So we have the Emperor, but it was sideways. So I am my own authority. I have the will and power to create my own. So is it something that you're trying to manifest? Because if it is, if you're worried about if they're trying to call you, maybe you should let it be. Because if you're waiting on somebody else, you're holding your life up for what? If they wanted to, they would. So just make sure, don't hang on to it or have an expectation. And again, we create our own, but we got the Chariot after that, Page of Swords, so delayed. So they might be waiting, okay? Maybe they're unsure. Maybe they still have some things to process. But by the looks of it, delayed news, patience needed. And it doesn't mean you have to hang on to the end result. Just truly, respectfully, if it's something that is a good feeling or something that you feel is worth it, then absolutely be patient. But if you feel like it's a game of cat and mouse, then get out while you can. That's right. And but maybe I always say I try to look at all the sides, right? And sometimes people have their own things they're dealing with. So if they're not mistreating you or playing some mental game, and it's really just kind of like a new thing, or you're learning each other, then take that moment and allow them a little bit of space. But if it's a continuous thing where you're constantly waiting for them to call or waiting for them to message, worry about you. Because two in is right. Yeah, I understand that. So, but just understand, if it becomes a thing where it's a constant, you're waiting on them to call, you're waiting on this, and it's just like, remember, if they cared and they wanted to, they would make time. So I'm just saying, give it a little minute. But if you start to get the feeling like it's becoming a chaser game where you have to call him all the time or you're constantly waiting, then you don't want to do that, right? And that's just, that's what I would say. But it said delayed news, so maybe he's just got some busy stuff going on. So give it the chance. But if it becomes a constant thing, you know what to do, right? All right. So, and then we have this one for inspiration. The concept of self-care relates to small rituals that can restore feelings of well-being that you have neglected when dealing with life's tribulations. Choose a daily ritual to practice self-care each day. Why did you choose this ritual? What does it bring to your life? So for me, like I've made going for my walks every day, I can't see anything. I haven't even asked. I can look at the energy, but the whole thing with that is when it comes to somebody's energy, unless they're wrapped in your energy respectfully, I don't just step into somebody else's energy with respect, right? So I'm not going to go look into somebody else's life because that's not how, it's not a respectful thing to do, right? If he's not requesting it or not asking it, I can't be disrespectful because I believe in universal law and just stepping into somebody else's energy. Now, if he's in your energy when I'm doing a reading, and you're more than welcome to check my bio for personal readings, but if he's in your energy, he will show up. But at the same time, just going into somebody else's energy without their permission is not something that I would do, just because I believe everybody deserves their own self-respect and autonomy. So, yeah, I'm not going to get into his energy. If you would like a personal reading and he's in your energy, absolutely, it is what it is. If he's in your energy, that's what he gets, right? But other than that, I respectfully won't just go into someone else's energy. Did I read that card? I think I did. Yeah. All right. So, but yeah, if you look in my bio, there's all kinds of different ways to do personal readings. But when it comes to collectives and stuff, it's easy for people to misconstrue stuff. And I watch collective readings, and I love them, and I think that they're a wonderful way to kind of get the feeling of what's going on. But you can get very misconstrued very easily, and you can get caught up in drama. And there's all kinds of ways that things can be miscommunicated. So when I do things, I try to do it on a more personal level. Even when I read, like I read for myself, and I ask, but I try to. For a lot of times, I'm always trying to do more positive things. It's not so much about giving a reading. It's about finding ways to better our lives. And when we worry about ourselves, internally, we're going to have all these things that are coming better for us. And then in turn, it reflects back to us because we're putting out into that world love and light and self-respect and dignity. And when we do those things, we're showing them to ourselves. It's going to come out of us naturally and then out into the world, which is really a phenomenal thing. All right, that was quick. A personal issue reaches resolution. 12:21 on the clock. So somebody needed that message. Don't let pride get in your way. And I'm a Leo, so I know how quickly and easily we can be prideful, and it's okay to have a little bit of pride, but when it comes to not listening or being too proud to be open to new ideas, that's when we get stuck, right? Welcome, Alessandro. Welcome back, Jewelry. And Haley and Alex, I think. Sorry, it's hard. I'm a little blind when I'm up here. You and your loved ones are safe. So, someone needed these messages today. You're very close to achieving your goal. So, sometimes people pop in and there's just a little small message for them. A lot of people just pop in and out, and that's okay. Just sending a little love and strength to the people, and a new start is coming. So, take with that what you will, but we have the ability, truly, every single day to create a fresh start and to make one small change every second of the day that can absolutely create paths that will blow your mind. You can't even imagine the massive changes that can happen from just a small little change. And that small act of self-love, self-care, doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be going to the spa, although it's pretty wonderful. It doesn't have to be those things. It's the 5 minutes of meditation. It's the little bit of art that you created. It's the attempt to create something, not knowing what the end result's going to be, and just freeing your mind and not letting the chaos kick up and cause confusion and limiting beliefs and all those negative thoughts. It's once you get out of that for a moment, understanding that now in this moment you are safe. You'd be surprised the different ideas and things that come to your brain so easily, as long as you open and you're open to receiving. Oh, where's the other one? Sorry, I got to keep an eye on the time because I can't be late. My daughter would not appreciate that. This one I'm going to pull 2 from this one too, and this is the Work Your Light. And I just love the Oracle cards. I'm a big fan of them because it doesn't matter where they are, it's about creating positivity and small little things that can change your life. And sometimes it's about opening your mind and asking yourself these simple questions. And we got Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? And that's what I'm saying. Truly, like, these small little things that we do to nurture ourselves is what makes the big change. It makes us more inquisitive in how we can change things up in our world, right? And then we have been talking longing for home, belonging, and the original light workers. There's so many people out there that are light workers and that have this huge light, and it's dimmed down to fit in so much that we don't actually truly understand what that creates in us and the blockages that it blocks all these opportunities from coming in. And we don't want to do that. We've been doing that our whole lives, and as much as we've overcome and things like that, it's not working when you're dimming yourself down, because you're meant to be who you are, no matter who that is. Just be you. And sometimes we have to get inquisitive and ask ourselves, because we don't even know who we're supposed to be, right? And that's the thing, because we get dimmed down so much or put into this box that we truly don't understand. Welcome, Sarah and Aza, Silly Cat Lover, FWCY, sorry, and Belle. Okay, and it says you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. And every time you make one small change different, one little thing, you're just moving your compass and you are getting to your north. So, and once you get to your true north, which is never going to be a person, it's never going to be a person. It's going to be a direction, an action, a creative ability, a way of service to help yourself and help the world. And once we understand those things, it helps us a lot. Helps us a lot to figure out where we're going. And then we have the Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. There's so many different realms, and there's so many amazing places and amazing opportunities and things that are going on all at the same time, always. And when we recognize that, we truly open ourselves up to the allowing all the good things to start coming to us. 12:30. All right, I can do 2 of these. I don't usually like to stay on time, but I'm finding an hour is probably pretty good. Yeah, I love that one. It's usually a good space to get some of the message out without going too long. Because I could talk all day once I have the moments. Oh, we're going to go that many? Okay. All right. So we have the void. It says, stop. Embrace winter in the great cosmic womb. And sometimes hibernating time is when they call it hermit mode, or when you're sitting in that space of not moving ahead, not going backwards, just being in that safe spot where you know you can create and relax and just know you're safe. And that's the most important thing. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. And it's so funny that came right out after. The reason I say that is because when you find ways to join your community and really open yourself up to it, you would be surprised what's out there. And where I'm at now, like, I learned a couple places and really starting to do things that help me open up and express myself, where it's a shared community and where people are, you know, they're giving constructive criticism. They're not trying to beat you down or change you as who you are, which makes a huge difference, right? Yeah. We the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, and birth as a portal. And we go through a million rebirths. We just don't even understand it. With every ego death comes a new rebirth. And that's when we transform. And trust me, there will be many. And I've been through many. And there will be many, many more. Every time we release something, that, especially when it's your negative thinking or those programs that have been placed in your head nonstop, when we release those, we make room for new things. And every time we do that, it's what they call an ego death. And after those come the rebirths. And that's when we start reprogramming our brains with all of the better things, the better thoughts, and there's levels to that. Because most times you can't go from 0 to 100 in one shot. Some can, and to them, all the power. Welcome, Gypsy. And Cynthia, welcome. So when we think about that, and we understand that and we accept it and we're not fighting it, we understand that that's the universe nurturing us into our best selves, our strongest selves, our highest timelines. And we have deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. And truly, that's when it starts to come through. Every time we understand that portal that we're going through with our ego deaths and our rebirths and our transformations, we're doing the deep cellular healing and we don't even know it. And then we have karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. Because as we grow, we're all pieces of a whole. And every time we grow and do better and become our best selves, we're treating everyone around us better. We're treating everything outwardly from a different perspective. And when we come to such a positive perspective, we naturally fill our own cup. And when our cup gets to that point of overflow, it just spills over. And people can't help but feel that love and feel that space of self-respect and joy and gratitude. Just literally leaks from us, right? It spills over and unintentionally fills other people's cups too. So in turn, we're just raising the vibration by filling our own cup, which is the most important thing that we could ever do. Welcome, Jay and Natika and Parsa and CM. Welcome. Sorry, I just need some of my tea. If all y'all seen my video, I make my own teas. I like to make stuff. I love to work with my hands. And there's no judgment if you don't. But I think that a lot of times if we don't, it's because we're afraid of what's going to happen. Afraid if we're going to fail. Afraid of this. Don't ever let something stop you out of fear, is all I'm trying to say. And who cares if it's not perfect the first time? It's probably going to be way better than you thought it was when you give yourself the chance, right? And it's about understanding that we all have this huge, immense talent and strength and all of these things we have. They were already our gifts. We were born with them. They were our birthright, our abundance. And when we understand that, we can truly start sharing it with the world and start celebrating ourselves. And the more, every time we understand it, accept it, and we're grateful for it, we allow the universe to send us more gifts and to light the path and show us all of the gifts that we actually have. You don't actually understand all the gifts you have. Okay, I don't want to do the whole deck. You actually don't understand all of the gifts you have until you start seeing the one. And when you see the one, then all of a sudden it illuminates the other, and it illuminates the other, and eventually it just leads you right to your purpose and you didn't even know, right? And when you're in your purpose, you're doing something that doesn't matter if you get paid or not. It doesn't matter if people care. You're doing it because you love it, and it doesn't feel like a chore, right? It's something that you love to do, and it's something that you believe in wholeheartedly. And when you give with no expectation. And that's why I don't ask for likes and shares and gifts and all those things, because what I truly believe is, no matter what happens, at the end of the day, when you give, you have to give with no expectation, right? So, when you do that, you teach other people how to do that. And even if they're not giving it back to you, they're going to pay it forward. And maybe they can't that day. Maybe there's something going on. Maybe they just needed that. But there will come a time where they go, oh, I remember when that happened. And they pay it forward. You have to have faith in that. God, the universe, everybody sees that. People around you, and it's something that you do with love. So it's never going to be, even when things fail or negative things happen, it doesn't change who you were or what you did. It just, sometimes makes you a little smarter, more discerning, or maybe find sometimes better ways to give that love, right? More ways to help other people be empowered, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. Again, it's about progression and learning. And the more we learn ourselves, the easier it is to learn the best ways we can help ourselves and others, right? So we have my hair. I gotta get it cut. Here and now. The future does not exist, and the past is gone. I focus on the present moment. I have confidence in life again. Because here, now, there is no danger. Everything happens when my soul is ready. I was literally just talking about that. Welcome, Marty Lynn. And then we have courage. I am stronger than fear and bigger than doubt. I am light. I remain light. I trust in God and stand tall before the tests of life. I grow and become wiser through every challenge. I am a being of new life. I'm just reading some of the Healing Energy Oracle. I like this one just because, to me, I find that they're more affirmations. And when the negative thoughts come creeping in, and as they do, through the programming and all the things that we ingest, whether it's hearing, watching, they're not always the best things for us. But we make small changes. So when we can have this little thing that helps us make those changes and process and allows us the ability to change each time, these affirmations can really, I find that they trigger when the negative thoughts come in. I can affirm them and make a positive change immediately, which is pretty awesome. So we have, I am light. I always have hope. No matter the ordeal, I have faith in a better future. I turn darkness into light. I open my heart to others and to God and am spiritually strong. I draw light to me and shine with all my being. And then we have joy. Like a child, I discover joy in the simplicity of life. Happiness lies in magical moments, not in the material. Even the smallest joy is a great source of light. Welcome, Bailey. Positive thinking. My life is full of small patches of light. I direct my thoughts to that which brings me well-being. I place what is weighty for me into the hands of the universe. Little by little, the light awakens my being, and I find serenity. It's so funny that it feels like it's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like it's confirming what I say, and I didn't even look at the cards, so I don't know. Which is wonderful, because I truly believe when we're taking those moments to make those small changes, just that small, tiny change, the ripples that it causes in our lives and the people around us lives, is pretty amazing. And if you even were to go back a year ago in my videos, and the intention was good, but it was the level I was at. And sometimes you get stuck at levels, you're unsure where to go, and sometimes it's the people in your life. There's other things, fear, there's all kinds of things. But just looking back and to hear each time, and then understanding truly how that one small thing that you did created miracles in our lives. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I do what I do. And as much as I can share that, I'm going to. And belief. I believe in myself, the beauty of life, and the goodness of God. Thus I have the power to fulfill my dreams. The will of the Almighty supports me. My life is showered in divine light, and my heart opens to the power of the universe. Welcome, Nikki. Freedom through faith. I calm my thoughts and rise above fear. I free myself of all doubt by entrusting my doubts to God. I have faith in God's perfect timing and placement, and I trust His will and find freedom. And I'm a true believer. When you do everything that you can do, or that you're going to give, when you give it to God and you just give it to the universe. I'm not going to fight over religions. I don't do that. I believe in universal law. I very much believe in God, and I believe that there's a bigger source out there that is doing something so amazing in our lives that allows this world to completely never stop, whether we're here or not. And that is miraculous in itself. So I never fight with religion or whatever, because I respect all cultures and all religions, and even I don't understand